What is happening, YouTube? We are back for another week of Ironman training. We are 6 weeks out from my first race of the 2026 pro season. It's going to be in Dallas 70.3. We are prepping for the main race of the season, first half of the season, which will be end of June, Ironman Frankfurt Pro Series. Let's have a look at my last week's training, how I went on. Alright gang, let's kick off with the stats first. So I did have a total volume of 27 hours, 44 minutes, 21 workouts completed. Overall, very good, smooth week, no hiccups, all workouts as planned, no higher ups or downs. I was very disciplined with staying exactly on target, not too high, not too low. Everything that we determined we wanted to do, I did. So, thumbs up. So let's kick off with the Monday, 26th of January. That's actually my wife's birthday. That was my easy day, recovery day. So there I only have 2 sessions, starting with an easy swim in the morning, 45 minutes, just some easy technique, flushing out the body, especially after all the good work from the weekend before. And afternoon, we did head out also to the gym, 45 minutes, again, some core, some upper body work, but very important for that whole day that I stay nervous system wise in a relaxed mode. So now we are 1 week behind, and I did the Monday even better than the week before. Although this week you're seeing now is already pretty good. Let's have a look what I did on this Monday.
Good morning, YouTube. Monday, another week. We banked a really good week last week, 24.5 hours with really good workouts, really happy. And today, birthday of my wife, had a nice cozy morning. Now we're gonna be hitting the pool. It's a little bit different one for the Espo Locos, Le Pavara, you know it of course. Outdoor pool is closed obviously, but mix it up nicely and we're gonna have a nice easy recovery day. Today is a 45-minute easy swim, just 50s, really good technique, chilling, flushing the body, feeling good. And later some gym work, and yeah, really making sure to recharge the body today, but I feel very good. But normally afternoon comes some fatigue hours, which is good. I wanted to come out and then have a good sleep, and tomorrow we are back at it. Afternoon. I'm actually right now on a frozen lake here. For some of you hardcore fans that watch my tiny channel, last summer, 2025, I did an open water swim race, if you remember, and I'm actually standing in the water, frozen, where that race happened. So, if you remember, it was right here. Here was the final meters, that's where I touched. That's a pier, as you can see. Normally there's water there. You would climb out of there, I climbed out of here. So I can basically walk. Oh, there's actually some water, see? There the edges. And yeah, here it started. It went around here, and there people are ice skating, skiing. My wife just went ice skating because it's frozen. You can actually go with skates and some poles if you want. I'm just walking here. I do have those, which is basically 2 metal spikes, which, yeah, if you should fall in, it's not gonna happen, but it's good to have. It's your life, you're responsible for it. So with that one, you can climb out of it, you can kind of hack so you don't slip. So not gonna need it because they have these websites where they tell you it's frozen enough, but yeah, so this is how I spend my Monday rest day.
Then Tuesday morning, we are back to the track. We're heading out there. We have a double run day with 1 bike in the middle. So in the morning, we're heading out there. We did 12 times 200 meters. There, a lot motoric work, speed. And there the goal was for those to run this 250 pace. So I think the goal was 34 seconds, some 32s. But the goal was really this 250 pace. Still end of January, patience overall. Because in February, which is not a week I'm currently in, I always do 1 week delayed. There we're going to be hitting the gas a little bit more, which I can show you in the next week's video. That's going to be exciting. But it was a great run, felt good, clean technique, getting more and more comfortable with these paces and technique at that pace, which then translates to the zone 2, high zone 2 pace, and also zone 3, which is basically high zone 2 pace, high aerobic pace, you can say, is your marathon pace in Ironman, which there you want to be as efficient and obviously fast as possible, and also the zone 3 pace, which is your 70.3 pace. And yeah, so feel great about that.
Session done. Did all the splits as I expected, 32, 34, somewhere there. Needed a few to get going. This morning I did not feel good. I think that's really important. That's something you need in endurance sports. It's kind of hard to learn to control your thoughts, because if I had like a catalog of 10 thoughts in the morning, 9 of them were like really negative. And it's like, why is that? That's always the first question I ask myself. Same in the race. In the race will be blood sugar or something like that. It's like the obvious stuff. You have to kick from emotional to rational. It's like, why do I have those thoughts? Why do I feel bad? And I went through things like, yeah, sure, after rest day be sluggish, but not like that. I felt it was something else. And then I thought back, last night I had a cheat meal. My wife's birthday, we had burger with fries. That will do you in, for your gut and your hormones. Like your gut gives all the serotonin, all the hormones, everything comes from the gut. So your diet plays a massive role how you feel. So if you feel really bad, just think back and for example, now I knew it was that, so I had this one thought that was positive and had nothing to do with sports or anything. One of my hobbies, I was really excited about that. So I just thought about that and ignored all the other stuff and just selected that one, like a catalog, breeze through thing. And then I just thought about that, talked about that with my wife, and the session felt really good physically, felt easier, legs, after I got going a bit, needed a few to get the cadence up. And but it felt really good. It was easy on the breathing, easy on the legs. So nice coffee, and
then home, relax a bit after lunch. We had a jumping on the bike. We had a 2-hour bike ride, aerobic with some short spikes, but mostly aerobic work, where I had 223 normalized power watts and 127 average heart rate for that.
What is happening, YouTube? Another ride ahead, 2 hours, a bit of solid aerobic work, nothing insane, but it's gonna be fun, gonna enjoy it. Then after that, we're gonna be heading out for a nice 50-minute run. I'll take you with, nice and frosty out. Now we go on kilometers this week. It's gonna be a 92-kilometer running week.
We're also building the mileage of the run this week. So in the evening, I was heading out again for a nice easy run, 1 hour, 4 minutes, 11.5 kilometers. What is that? 130 average heart rate. That is the key thing. That is, average heart rate is low and pace was really low, 5:34. Not really interested in pace. More clean running still, technique, it's important, even easy, and low heart rate. Base mileage, yep. Then Wednesday morning, again an easy endurance run to buffer the mileage for the week. We did a 12-kilometer run, 1 hour, 5 minutes. Again, heart rate there was a little bit higher, 143 for 430. 5:30 pace. I know why the heart rate was high up, because I had like 4 to 5 sets of technique work and some strides in there, so that kind of gets the average heart rate a bit up.
A beautiful day in the snow, fresh snowflakes, feel really good. Slept 2 hours longer this morning than I planned, because I just felt my body was in so great recovery mode, like quality, like quality absorbing. And that's when you get better by sleeping. We are currently running on the sea with this little doggy playing. Some are with a snowboard and a kite, some are cross-country skiing. This is a harbor, and we're logging some miles on the water, Jesus style. Really good, yeah. My normal coastal route is there, and now I'm on the other side. What's happening, YouTube? Just a quick check-in. It's now Wednesday morning, the 28th of January. Yesterday some super exciting news launched for the whole sport of triathlon, especially for the pros of course, but also for all the fans. So they changed the 20-meter draft, 12-meter draft rule to 20-meter. Just super quick for people that are not in the sport and don't know it. So basically there was a rule. There's non-drafting and drafting. Non-drafting is the short course, Olympic distance you see on TV. They have no rule that you can ride right behind someone or in a pack, like in the Tour de France, so to say. But then you have non-drafting races, which is the half Ironman distance and the full Ironman distance. And until now, and for age groupers will remain the same because it's not possible to organize, it was always 12 meters. So from the rear wheel of the front guy, so let's say somebody cycling here, this is the rear wheel, it's 12 meters to the front wheel of the guy behind. And
now they did research on it, and thanks to initiative to some of the pros and just the voices in the sport that are active, amazing that they did that, because it actually did make a change. It all has to do with the new CEO. We have to give him full credit, because there used to be an other CEO as well, older generation, and I think that would have not happened, or definitely wouldn't have happened. So we have Scott DeRue as a new CEO, a young guy, fresh energy, comes from out of the sport, understands communication. He first wrote email to the pros to explain everything, and then released publicly. He really understands that the value of a good relationship is communication first, and he's doing it amazingly. But so yeah, it's basically that. But they showed the studies before what was the case. For example, if you're a very good swimmer, and quite often, to be honest, if you're a good swimmer, you didn't grow up with a lot of cycling or running, and your legs, to be honest, they are weak. Your engine is very strong, but you did 15 years of no leg work except some jumps in the gym so you can go off the block. So mostly your legs are pretty weak, and of course they can develop it, as you can see with Lucy, Charles Barkley and some others, but not all are strong. But when you come out of the front group in pro racing, a lot of them, I don't know the numbers, but I just know that when you're in the 5th place or back, you can basically ride 250 watts in that group. And then you do some spikes when this yo-yo effect happens. Like basically it's a short interval ride up the hills, but you can ride, I don't know, they're riding for sure 10-15 minutes quicker than they would on their own. And that now has changed, and that is so cool to see. So your own, that's why I got into the sport. First and foremost, you want to see how fast, I'm sitting in my room there, but the main thing is I'm enjoying the things in the training. But one thing that makes you excited is how fast can you move your own body on a bicycle or swim, bike, run. That is the fascination, because it's like, how fast can you move your body? It's just a piece of metal or carbon and wheels and your own body, and you tweak with aerodynamics, make yourself small in the wind, all those small things, and just how fast can you get? And that thing was really, it took really the joy out of it, because I just knew, okay, the people that are great swimmers, and I will be soon in the front bike, you will see me there, but it doesn't change anything about the fact that you want a fair race. You want that an individual effort. Your numbers, if you're riding 4 watts per kilogram in an Ironman, and that translates to whatever speed, 4.1, the best guys are riding 4.2, 4.3 watts per kilogram right now. And yeah, I'm a stronger guy, and on the bike, I just know if you weigh 80 kilograms and you're rating 4 watts per kilogram, that's 320 watts. That's just a lot of speed, but that speed just isn't worth so much if there's people in the front that are riding in that group, and it sucks the joy out of it, to be honest, a little bit. So your own training numbers that you worked hard for, they don't have the same value. They didn't have the same value, but now they have it again. So it's going to be super exciting. Just imagine how the whole race of Hawaii will change. Like, for example, last year's race, the last Kona race where Sam Laidlow, great champion, he had an amazing swim, he rode away. And yeah, he probably, in the future, someone like him, for example, that's in the front back, maybe he rides a touch easier because he knows the group behind, they're not gonna, he rides 340 watts in Kona, and yeah, people sitting in the group behind, they lose maybe 5 minutes to him, but not anymore. There will be a lot more now. If you're the first guy rides 340 watts with good aerodynamics, and then lighter guys, which in Kona are just as a disadvantage on the bike, but have an advantage in the run, with the hills, with the heat, lower weight, obviously. You run easier. If you have 15 kilograms on someone running, you're going to run better and more efficient. But if you're 15 minutes behind in a race, which that's where you should be, this is your fitness, this is your number, this is your speed that you create, you should be 15 minutes behind, or whatever the number is. If you're 5 minutes behind because you're an amazing cyclist, that's how it should be. Just fair. And now it is fair. Little rant, but I'm super positively excited, because this is really going to be, think about the options that it's gonna be for all the fans. I'm also a fan of the sport, watching for the races, how they're gonna unfold differently, not this little pack rat dynamics. And there will be some learnings. It's probably gonna take 2 years for the sport. There's gonna be small learnings and intricacies that make it more difficult. I cannot imagine overtaking or what age groups. There are gonna be things that are difficult, but any learning, either way, it's good. Like we all said as well, like I wrote an email as well, it doesn't matter if there's now 1 or 2 years of like hiccups, or if you get, let's say, drafting penalty because of this new rule. Yeah, shit happens, but that is just because of some overtaking things, and there will be some hiccups coming, you can guarantee, but you can't be mad about it. It's gonna take 2 years for referees and everybody to adjust to it. Either way, it's gonna be amazing. Excited? Let's go for a run. Let's get it.
Then a bigger ride, a 3-hour ride with the main set of 4 times 10 minutes. And those 4 times 10 minutes are also there with some lactate. We can have a look how that ride went right now. What's happening, gang? We're getting ready for the ride. We have a really nice 3-hour ride coming. And I'm gonna be having 90 grams of carbs per hour. For that one, I'm excited for this one because, and you guys that have been watching recently, it's really good to track the development of my aerobic system. So it's gonna be the main set towards the end of the ride. It's gonna be 4 times 10 minutes. Last time we did that, as you remember, at 300 watts, and there we also had the lactate for it. I remember I started to fatigue, so I was a bit lower because of that, I would say. It was 1.6 and 2.3 mole for those reps, and now we're going to 310 watts, so a little bit higher. But I feel since then, I think the last time was 2 weeks ago, before the rest week, I felt that since then, especially after recovering, my aerobic system took a good jump up. So the numbers will tell now how that is. It just gives a glimpse under the hood, but it does for sure tell one part of the story next to feeling, heart rate and all those things. But so I'm excited for that one. I got the lactate strips, lactate meters over there in the room already, but we got the lactate strips here in the fridge. I should keep them. I literally only need 2, so I'm gonna be a bit conserving on those because they're pricey. I don't need them a ton. Every 6 weeks we do this little ramp testing on the bike, which we'll have again 18th of February. So another, 2 weeks or 3? But so the little glimpse under the hood. We'll do the same. We'll do the same with the run split things that are coming as well. Because there, 1 second. So anyways, because there we will we'll do the run session as well eventually with lactate, just to see how my lactate behaves at this 330 minute per k pace, maybe 325, 320. See what's happening there, what's realistic for running off the bike in Dallas now, and see how the aerobic system is developing. Also weight-wise, I'm happy because when you're a big athlete, you need to kind of optimize your weight. It is anyways a sport, like fight sport, let's say. It is a sport where power to weight ratio does play a role. So I don't know, 81.9 kilograms, and I want to be 80 for race day, but if it's right now early 18.5, I'm not going to force it because first of all, it's I want to go to that weight naturally, kind of gradually, and stay there and not force it there because you can lose weight really quickly. But it's not about that. First and foremost, my weight is not the issue that I don't win races. It's physical performance and power, and that has to be above this weight thing. But it is something to keep an eye on because obviously you have to optimize that. 80 kilograms, I believe I can achieve all the goals that I want. But for pure running, if you're a professional runner, obviously no shot, right? But for the ranges for half distance, let's say to get to 350 minute per k pace, maybe 312, that's definitely achievable also with 80 kilograms. And for full, eventually 325, 330 minute per k pace. That's still possible with that. But anything quicker, it just helps if you're 65 kilograms. But with the new 20 meter drive rule, you're gonna be 50 meters behind, so 15 minutes. So let's see what comes from it. Anyways, let's get this right in and do some lactato. No messing about. Lactic acid waits for nobody. Heart rate was higher than was the pressure, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be so good. Let's see. Reality. Waiting now. What is reality saying? Another set. After second rep. 3.5. Yikes! Yikes, yikes, yikes. Well, let's get to work. Alright, we are back for round 2.
are 2 hours 40 in. I did 4 times 10 minutes at 310 watts. Still suffering the consequences of my last lactate result and the mediocrity of it. What are you gonna do about it, boy? Well, you better work hard. Keep working hard. It is 28th of January. Early days. But that's where we train. All right, after 4 times 10, 310 watts, all in aero, preloaded, sit, 3.4, same range, 3.4, 3.5. This is in line with what I did 2 weeks ago. I need to see, for me to call it, let's say, for me to call it in the range where I want to go, that is 4.5 watts per kilogram. I need to see this 3 mol or under for 360 watts, so 50 watts to go. And then I would say I'm in a good range. 4.5 watts is nothing like that hasn't been done even in 2008, but it's good. It's good. If you're going to the range 4.7, 4.8 watts, 470.3, which for 80 kilograms would be 380 watts, then you're very good. Then there's a small handful of guys, maybe 3, 4 that can ride it. Yeah, step by step. We're hacking away. It's a good set, a good training stimulus. Happy with it. And let's see where it is week by week now. I'm gonna finish this ride. See you later.
So overall stats for the 3-hour ride was 254 normalized power and 138 heart rate. Was a good ride, good to where I'm at right now, but as you probably saw in the video, there was some frustration in there, which is just, you want more, you always want more, but on my journey compared to last week is exactly where in that session structure, which is doing intervals at the end, not fresh and all those things, it's a good way to look at the aerobic system, how it's functioning. Because also in Ironman, you know, you want to know how your, let's say even lactate or your aerobic system is functioning after 1.5 hours, after 2 hours, after 3 hours. And a lot of people dive off there, and I want to be very strong in the last hour of an Ironman bike, for example. Now with a great 20-meter draft rule that just came out, which is huge for the sport, it's going to be even more fair. You know, you can hide. If you blow up in the last hour before with 12-meter, you could just cruise it in at 250 watts and still ride 45 kilometer average, and that will not happen anymore. So if you blow up after 3 hours, I hope that will be the case. I'm pretty sure you're just kicked out of the group, which you should. You shouldn't be able to freewheel. It's a non-drafting event. That's the idea. Then evening, Wednesday, we went for a nice little 45-minute swim. There we had some short sprints in there, activations, and some leg kicking in the sprints to activate, because the next day we had the key swim of the week.
All right, gang, last session of the day. Just had some cereal and then straight to the pool. It's a 10-minute drive. I go to this pool only during the weekend afternoons, because there when I stand a bit rush hour there, it's 10 minutes away, perfect pool, then I have it for myself. And also it makes it up, small things, break the routine a bit, makes it really fun. It's gonna be just a 40-45 minute really easy swim with I don't know, 6 times short sprints, just to flush the legs a bit and activate also for tomorrow. Really good energy that shows good fueling and good recovery, rest ratio, everything. Perfect. Feeling very good, because otherwise you just swim for nothing, right? If you have no energy and you're flat, I mean, you're gonna swim horrible. But I don't have those things anymore. Ever since I have that coach, we're just dosing recovery very well, and of course fueling and recovering very well outside of it. So nice short swim, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for more, because tomorrow is gonna be the important week, swim of the week. Tomorrow morning it's gonna be the 15 times 100 this time, with 15 seconds rest into the 400s, and then this time also harder swim the day after. So just strength based, less time based. So let's get it. See you soon. Good morning. Off to the pool again. We got 15 times 100, my key set of the week. Last time I swam a bit rushed with the stroke, that was not good. Last time I hit 5 times 100 in the 110 pace. Keys to do more now, obviously. I hope for 7 to 8 out of the 15, but then at some point I will not be able to complete all 15 at the 110 pace yet. I don't have the strength yet, but each week some progress, so hoping for some more reps. Let's see how it goes. And yeah, it will be 15 times 100, leaving on 130 as the main set, straight into 400, 4 times 400 for some strength endurance. So let's get it. Going with a friend again, helps to push and to suffer together. Let's go. What's happening?
It depends on the person too. Yeah. So, some people can do it. I mean, maintain.
Here, Thursday, 29th of January, we started with was a 1 hour 10 swim, 4K, and the main set was the 15 times 100 with 15 seconds rest, straight into 4 times 400. So again, no extra rest in between with some with slow paces. And there, compared to last week, they kind of did 5 times at 110 pace, and I kind of blew up a bit to like 116, 17 pace. And now, first I thought it was a failure, but yeah, kind of, because I swam them all at 114 pace, all 15 straight. It was good progress, and it's all good, but already what happened since then. So I love this puzzle of the sport, right? So that's what it's about. I mean, I'm not actually a fan of like Rubik's Cube like my wife, or like actual puzzling. My favorite puzzle which I ever found is the endurance sports itself as a puzzle. Like for yourself, it's a never-ending puzzle. It's impossible to master. There is no finish line to master this, especially when you have 3 sports. It's even more complex. I mean, even just having one of them to master, just swimming, just biking, just running, it's complex alone. But swimming, it's all about technique and how you pull that water. And since then, one issue was with those 114 pace 15 times, it's good, it's all right. Breathing wise, it's all right. The problem is my arms didn't hurt. They literally did not hurt. And they should be, also talked to my friend Samuel who was swimming there, they should be hurting. They should be hurting from pulling the water like you're in the gym or whatever. And they didn't, meaning I kind of slipped through the water and everything. And since then I also did some technique analysis, which you will see in next week's video, but I changed it in the swim. But since then, again, that was just last Thursday and now it's Tuesday. A lot changed already again, and I'm excited for this week Thursday. We'll be swimming again 15 times 100. And I'm pretty damn sure I'll swim a lot quicker than 114s. Only 2 sessions on the Thursday. Second session was the not easy one. It's a muscular endurance strength sessions in the gym. And for that one, I was probably 2 days sore from that, which is ideal because I could still hit all the sessions. Everything was fine, but especially my hamstrings and glutes, they got banged up pretty nicely, and the whole system in a good way. That I could still do the sessions. Otherwise I would tailor the session in the gym a little bit down, because it's not high priority. Gym is not over swim, bike, run, obviously, but very good. Then the Friday, 30th of January, normally we have an easy swim there, but also now each week we are supplementing some more quality in. So there I had a swim that was more, you can say, like a strength endurance swim. So it wasn't about the 100 splits or actual swim times, but there was a lot of butterfly in there, also with some pedal work and breaststroke, just really in short, smashing the relevant muscles for swimming. Because before I kind of went back to my now coach, Ute Mückel, I did not see the relevance at all, because I didn't know how to move my shoulders and shoulder blades and arms. I didn't see any relevance with even backstroke, butterfly, all those things. I went through all the steps. I've been trying this from non-swimmer to this now. I've been doing the 5 AM masters group. I've been swimming with a cup on my head backstroke. I've been doing all the strokes, and it didn't translate at all to being better in freestyler. So that is the art. And now I know, for example, that session now helps me to be a better freestyler, but only if you understand swimming. If you grew up swimming, I think you understand how to pull the water, but if you don't, you're just swimming some poor technique, butterfly and breast, which I did before, so I didn't know how a breaststroke correlates to the freestyle, or a backstroke is not really, we're not doing that, but butterfly especially, they correlate a lot in strength to actual freestyle. which is something I wouldn't have said 2 months ago. But you're always learning, and that's why you have a coach who knows a lot more than you, so you can learn and get better. Then at lunchtime we were heading out for a nice 9-kilometer run, 59 minutes.
We're also not alone for these 3 days. We have a visitor. This is Freddy. Freddy is with us for 3 days now. I know him pretty well, so it's gonna be boys' night. Boys' night. Perspective of the dog. Oh, it's valuable. POV. As mentioned, it is pretty spicy, fresh temperatures right now, -20. So now it's the first time I'm actually gonna go on the treadmill because I have a 45-minute run soon, and there's gonna be some speed work in there, just like strides and clean technique work. It's just better when you're not outside anyways. And with -20 Celsius, it's getting on the lungs. So yeah, I'll do that indoors in short pants and t-shirt. And some music. I like the treadmill anyway, so that's it. I think the little man is also starting to freeze at some point. He's starting to lift the paws, and time to go in.
51 minutes, and there was again motoric, some short strides in there, some motoric clean running, and so the whole postman just came. 9-kilometer run. That was actually on a treadmill because it was -20 degrees outside and I couldn't be bothered to be cold, and especially with strides and fast outs in the snow. I don't want to do that now. So I was on the treadmill there, on the treadmill, and I did 125 heart rate for the run on the treadmill, which is also something that changed. In the past, I would probably, especially when I was overtrained, when my metabolism was working, I did get hot quite quickly on the treadmill, but it was 2-3 years ago. And now this kind of heat doesn't bother me anymore. I think it has to do with aerobic conditioning, and I mean, I'm several times a week here with the ultra fins in the sauna, and if you can hang around at 85 degrees Celsius with the hardcore fins, the fins know what I'm talking about, that throws the lulu there 5 times. If you can hang in there frequently, you're gonna be good in heat. Then evening time, we're jumping on the bike again, 2.5 hours. It was with some short sprints, that one 10 seconds. Yeah, that was actually pretty hard sprints, especially when a combination of I was still sore from the day before and from the gym session, plus running and all that. I believe that was pretty challenging in the air position, 660 watts. But I only care about power in the air. I couldn't be bothered how my power is in sitting up. It has no correlation to what I do, which is time trialing to do 4 hours something.
Good afternoon, YouTube. We are back in the training room. The room, 2.5 times 2.5 square meters. I don't know how many feet that is, but you just have to imagine that this is my hand and this is my hand, and I can do this exactly one more arm. So this is the place where dreams are made. Doesn't need a lot. It's gonna be a 2.5 hour ride with some sprints, but mostly easy riding. I also do notice some fatigue is in there. Yesterday was a harder day for sure. Cooked the whole body a bit from the system and the swim, but also from the leg workout. It was a good one. I noticed in the run. Did it on treadmill, nice and easy, really slow just by feeling. Just went really slow. I felt like my cadence and muscles were tired. So I just went like 6-minute pace, slow jogging, good cadence, and then the pickups quicker. That helped a lot because we need it for tomorrow. Tomorrow we have a big old day, but nice and easy now. So if you see me riding at some point on the TV screen, some point in the near future, riding in Kona with a helicopter, it happened because of these sessions, because of this room. That's all I need.
All right, we're done. Oh my God, the last hour took like forever. It wasn't hard in terms of that, but I had a few sprints in there, and yeah, a few times. Like 10 seconds or something, like way over 600 watts. Just activation in the air position, feels really good, really powerful. But the last hour felt like a black hole. It didn't stop, so time to eat. 4.5 hours today. 7:30 now, good dinner, because tomorrow will be fun.
while I'm cooking up a royal meal here, I've been actually thinking about my swim stroke. I'm thinking 24/7 about this. So I'm close, right? I swam this week 15 times 100 in 114. The problem with this is, I don't feel my arms. They should be hurting. You should feel like it's a muscular thing, and I don't have that. That tells me I'm not pulling water as it should be, but I'm close. Obviously, it's all about pulling water and technique, but I'm close because I'm so focused about this part in front. I actually don't focus about the actual part, pulling part, which I am strong. I have strength, but I'm not doing that. They should be hurting, and I think when they're hurting, I can swim 110, 108. I'm gonna manifest it. I'm close, I'm close, I'm close. I'm getting closer. Let's smack some food and recover.
Good. Then Saturday, 31st of January. That was an exciting session. That was actually my PB session. I think it's going to be the title and thumbnail on this video to make you click. So if you're still here, I made you click, I won. But I'm not lying to you. I'm always truthful, because if I'm lying on this video, I'm not lying to you. I'm actually lying to myself. And then I'm just really in the shits if I lie to myself. That's why I want to be as authentic as I can, because if you're not, you're just lying to yourself, and like that is so unhealthy. Like that is the most unhealthiest thing I know, because I did that in the past. I did that for a long time. Please everybody, be a people pleaser. Different topic, let's go to the run.
Good morning YouTube. It is now Saturday morning. Had some good breakfast. I'm a bit sore on my hamstrings for sure, and legs in general, because I mean first the Thursday gym leg focus session for muscular endurance. That does you in. It's building each week over 14 weeks. And then yesterday in the opposition, the 660 watts, they don't exactly help for that, but it is wanted. It's good. I'm gonna work them a little bit here, especially hamstrings, I would say. The rest is pretty good. And I was just thinking while taking a little one for a dog, the hardest thing is really doing one thing in your life. I have to talk to other pros about it that kind of live this life now, because I haven't lived this life forever. I've been living my life like most of you guys watching, all of you guys, basically, is that you have several things in life that you want to be good at, right? That you work on. Let's say you're working towards something, you have maybe your hobbies, you do a little bit of that. Then you have your family, you want to be a better family brother, anything like that. And you have your work, you want to be a little bit better there and get some feedback there. So you always have like several eggs in the basket that you're trying to grow, or that you put some energy in. You divert energy all the time, like the whole day is diverted. And that's basically how I grew up, right? Since I'm young, this is what I did. And now obviously I made the decision like 3 years ago, you put all that away to focus on one thing and be good at that. And I think if you want to give credit to the ones that are really good in one area, whichever that is, might be a very good Stephen King's book author, or anybody that is extraordinary in one area, or athlete, the biggest credit that person should get is that he was, or she was able to focus on one thing over, let's say, 10 years. That is the single most important one. Michael Jordan, or you want to say, that's what you should give them credit to. Sure, it's passion, but passion is not enough. Like, to be that focused on one thing, not two, not three, not be a little bit good there, and be like focused on other things, that is why people should get credit to. People saying talented, that is like, I hate when people say it. It's like, he's so talented. Yeah, talent gets you in the door as an athlete. Talent gets you in the door that you have 2 legs, 2 arms, you can dribble the ball. But then you go back on the stories from the people that are so talented. Talent is absolute not the reason why they got there. That's why they should get credit for it. It's only mentally. And sure, you can make it easier if you have some training groups or stuff. But in the end, the most of it you have to do on your own. In this sport especially. So yeah. It's a nice journey, but it's easy to get distracted. Easy. I was just thinking, my mind then wanders, because I have this amazing training right now, and I have these other things and 2-3 things. How do I improve that? It's like,
man, you're just diverting energy again. You're just doing it again. You're like, even just thinking about how to improve this other area, which has nothing to do with decision one, how to win Kona or how to become a world champion, or that is the outcome. That's not why I do this. All of it's not the reason why I left my job, is to only do this. That is a goal, sure, but like, how do you get there? That's every single day, and that is right now doing this Terragon, eat well, sleep well, recover well, and then do the training to the best of your ability, focused, no messing about, like exactly as planned, and be focused on that. And that is really, it gets so repetitive, and that's it. I know what it is. Anything, it's not just sports, anything you do like that, because it's the same more or less every single day. And that is why people should get credit that are excellent. That's the only reason. And that is the reason why 19.9999% of humans don't reach that level, because they can't do it. They go left, right, bounce, they quit, they stop again, they do this again. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, it's not fun anymore. Oh, I don't want to. Yeah, that is the art. That's why the great are great.
What a life though. I'm just driving to the run track now. That's my whole purpose for a whole day. Those sessions, and love what I do. To elaborate on that, not see it as a bad thing, just that it is hard. Like, it is difficult. Hard sounds always has a different attachment to it, but like, it's not simple, it's not easy to do day by day, but like, man, just the session now, 15 times 1K with 200 meters float. Goal again, we've been building this, we've been following it from I think 10 to 12, now to 15. That is all aerobic paces. I have like 155 heart rate with that. And my LT1 is at 167. That's our aerobic threshold. And then the last one, my coach Ute lets me off the leash. It's the first time I get off the leash basically. So the last K I can run all out. Whatever that is at that point. It's of course smartly built, because at that point with the week I'll be pretty tired. But let's see what we can do. Have fun. I have 90 grams of carbs with. Let's hit it.
Here, 1 hour 47, 23 kilometers on the track. The average pace was 4 minutes 41 minute per K anyways. But now it comes. So the main session was, let me just double check, 15 times 1K and 14 times 1K with 200 meter jog in between. So basically continuous aerobic run, because the pace goal was between 4 minutes and 3:50, and I just tried to run it as easy as possible. That was really good, because I just felt easier and easier. My heart rate was about 4 to 5 beats lower than last week. From heart rate alone, you couldn't say if it's either fatigue, that it's a bit suppressed heart rate, or fitness. You literally can't tell. But the feeling, which is still the RPE, and feeling is still essential when it comes to it. And I was nose breathing, and it felt easier than last week. So that's all that matters. I felt great, that's important. But now comes a twist to the session. A coach wanted me to run the last kilometer all out. And as you see in the video, did I talk about it? No, I don't think so. But I was still sore on my hamstrings from that gym session on the second day in the warm-up. So I was, to be honest, in the warm-up, it was 50-50 if I'm gonna do it all out or just like a controlled hard one. But then I kind of went through this whole process. Okay, first of all, yeah, okay, you're being smart. You don't want to, that 1 kilometer is not going to be my career changer thing. You have to be always be smart orthopedically, right? It was just soreness. I had no pain or nothing. It's just sore. But if you have a sore structure, sometimes it's smart to obviously not load on top too much. So just go with the feeling. The only thing I can tell you, I don't have to call my coach and say, should I run this? Like, you do have a brain. You are allowed to use it. We are humans. We can just access our brain, you know, and not be some dumbhead and say, oh, just gonna do it. But then, so I was 50-50 when I started because I was so sore. Then I ran, and yeah, I didn't feel it one bit, the hamstrings soreness during the run either. And then also the last kilometer, the all out one, I thought, okay, I'm gonna go controlled into the first 400, just again at higher speeds. How does it feel? Because that 1 kilometer all out was after 20 kilometers of running, and with this whole week together. But I felt amazing, fluent in the first 400. I just then went with it, and I ran it in 3-minute flats, although I was kind of controlled in the first 400, so I can definitely go quite a bit under 3-minute pace for that. The time is one thing, that's obviously also good, But what that 3-minute effort or 1 kilometer stayed with me the whole weekend in kind of as like a shining light or happiness you can describe, because it wasn't just a time and data, also just had 170 heart rate for that 1 kilometer, which was really good. But that's not it. It's a feeling that was attached to it, the efficiency with it, the feeling of lightness. I arrived, of course, I was breathing hard. That was the goal. The RP is high, but my legs weren't burning, and I stopped, and I could have done it again a minute later. Like, that is insane to me. The efficiency, which completely changed my run technique, obviously, starting when I started with her, and I worked on it for a year, completely changed my run technique. If you see my run technique a year ago, nothing to do with what I do right now. And that 1 kilometer in the end there kind of summarized that whole thing. It was an amazing feeling. I was grateful for that. Then afternoon, another longer ride, 2 hours 45 with a short 1.5 minutes of some big gear work, some tension, but most of it was pretty easy aerobic.
What's happening, gang? We are about to embark on another bike ride. It's gonna be 2 hours, 45 minutes. Yeah, I mean, after a session like today, they just notice how much you love this sport and how simple it is. I mean, now I'm documenting this, but the only reason I'm documenting this at this stage is to see, okay, this is where you're at right now. Nothing impressive at all about my results or training. I don't care if people see it, if people judge it. I'm free, right? I don't care. And even when they get better, even when they're better than other people, I also don't care. Like, it's gonna be the same procedure always. So if you go to a race, there obviously you compare yourself with other people and you do the numbers, the ranges that you do, push yourself, make smart choices. And if you lose, too bad. What do? You go home, you rest one day, and you go back to work. And if you win, hey, great. What do? You go home, you go rest, and you train again. And it's always gonna be, if I win or lose, it's gonna be the next race I wanna do 5 watts, 10 watts more on the bike or swim, or it's gonna be endless. So it's an endless thing. So today, for example, I got so much joy out of just this run session. Like, I've never done a run session like this. I mean, not in this format anyways. But the last time I've been running as well, it wasn't just what the kilometer split in the end, this fast 1 3-minute flat. It was the feeling and efficiency attached to it that made it so special. Like, I never ran that fluent. I mean, we changed my run technique completely, only thanks to my coach. Since August, like, complete overhaul. I was like a torque power-based runner, and that stuff just doesn't work in triathlon, forget it. Standalone run performances, sure, but after you left all your torque on the bike, which you will do if you do a half or full, no matter how you pace it, you forget it. You're not gonna be running the times you think you do in training or something. It has to be very efficient, specific style, and this style I have now, and I'm grateful for it, and that's what I felt. So, I mean, it's just, they just notice how it's just the ultimate passion. Like, I was just there on my own. I mean, you are now the only ones that share about it, otherwise I would have just talked about it with my wife and then gone about it with my day and just gotten so much satisfaction just from that. Not compared to anybody else, that's like the thief of joy, like they all say. But I think when you can get a little bit lost in it, when you, especially in the beginning phase, like I am, every race I go to, you just get your head back in, right? Like, there's no comparison. You're like in a completely different league because you're physically not at all there where they are. Why is that? Well, look at their training diary for the last 10 years. Look at my their diary and what I did for the last 10 years. So you can't compare. There's not even a rough comparison. So, but I'll get closer, and then even when I get better and all those things, I don't care. I don't do it for that. On race day, sure, I want to beat everybody. Great. A little bit ego and all those things, fine and dandy. But then once the finish line is crossed, the ego dies again. I want nothing to do with it. Shake hands, tell war stories with other athletes, because in the end, the pros are, if it's female or male pro, they are the only brothers and sisters you have. If you like them as a character or not, plays absolutely no role. They're the only persons on earth that literally know what it's like, what you're doing. Your partner doesn't know, your coach doesn't know. Even if back then my coach was a pro back then, it's still not the same. It's always different. It's evolved in a completely different time now. So the only people that actually know what's needed and what you do every single day are these people. So you can only be connected with them, obviously, but are you going to be friends with them? No, not really. That's not really possible, I believe. But you can be good work colleagues and get along great and all those things. A friend is someone I have 3 to 5 friends, 3, And those I can call if I say, hey, can you visit? I need help. Can you fly over tomorrow? They would come. So that's what I really call a friend. The rest is the nice people I know and I come along with. Perfect. More from that, the more the better. But yeah, so let's go into this ride. Enough ranting. Can't wait for it. Still excited. Sunshine. Beautiful day in Finland. Let's get it.
234 normalized power, 125 average heart rate. Alright gang, we got it locked. Felt really good, really smooth. Again, low power, 235 heart rate. Let's have a looky look. Nice and low at there, 125. That's what I was looking for. Felt good. I was watching King Lionel. My body, lovely Matt. Whoa, we just spasmed out. Evening again to the pool. A lot of 50s. Just more technique, 45 minutes, just finding this good rhythm, this good dance of rhythm, which is basically what swimming is. And yeah, it was good, felt good. In the evening is always chill there, I love it. So that was my Saturday. All right, quick turnaround. We're gonna be munching on some cereals with some banana and honey, carbs. And then we're gonna go to the pool right there again. Really good energy, really happy, feeling very good. Which I do not take for granted. I've been feeling for years. By the gods, you can say. Yeah, some oat milk in there, and then I'm gonna munch this down. I actually do need those bigger bowls by now because it's quite a bit of cereal that I do need. So I'm gonna be getting that in. Then we go after to the pool. It's really chill Saturday evening. There's like my own lanes and everything, and then sauna after, and then dinner. And obviously the little one wants to go for a walk as well. Walking is really good. Probably heard one marathon runner who runs 300k a week talk about this, how walking is probably the best recovery. Sometimes if he did a hard training or a marathon, smashed it, because if you run 300k a week, it's like 40k long runs are not special. He said if he wouldn't go for a walk on the same evening, when you think about active recovery, it's probably the best you can do. Like a 20-minute walk for blood flow and just it relaxes something. Walking is king. So alone for that, I should get a little doggy. But some point soon. Then Sunday, 1st of February, last day of the week.
Good morning YouTube. It is Sunday morning, the last day of this week block. Feeling really good actually, which is amazing, which means I did all the small things right. Some things I learned about winter and recovery especially is the sleep obviously. Something that quite often happened to me is that the body woke me up after 20-30 minutes falling asleep. So you fall asleep well, but then you wake up again. And in the past, especially when I was working, I always put it on some mental things, which was not the truth, because now I rolled all them out and I still sometimes have it. Really listening why the body wakes up, because I'm pretty damn sure most cases it's something physiologically. So mostly I wake up and when I really listen, I'm just thirsty. Meaning the body actually wakes you up because you're dehydrated. And then I wake up and I literally drink a liter. And sometimes even feel warm, like the thermal regulation is a bit off. You feel like you need to take a cold shower, you're too warm. Again, dehydration. So I smack down a liter of water, especially with some electrolytes, or like we have this really good Vichy, the Finns know it, spa here, and it has a lot of minerals, and that feels completely different than normal water. Smack a liter and a half of that down. I'm out like a baby quite quickly. So we're gonna be having a nice session today again, a nice long run. It is a crispy minus 20 degrees right now. I checked in Fahrenheit, it's actually minus 4 Fahrenheit, so I was a bit off on the projection there. So the long run, it's gonna be 24k, which rounds a week up, knock if it works, but I feel very good, to 92 kilometers. With the long run especially, or if you run more, you would think flat running is less taxing for the body, but that is actually the one that's also with something like Steve Monaghetti said, I believe. I picked up so much over the years, all those small things, but they do add up. When you, for example, last week I wanted to run the coastal line for the long run, and it is beautiful, all those things, but it is fairly flat running, which means it's quite repetitive for the structures, and you do need flat running because in the end on the race that's what you're gonna have, this monotonous flat thing. But for example, yesterday I did my session, which you guys followed. That was already 23k flat on the track. So it is already for the structure, it's pretty repetitive. So although you would think, it's tougher to run hills, actually the body, just because of the change for hips and calves and ankle and all the joint positions are different, the body and the structures really love it. It's complete different taxation. So I'm gonna be running in the hills today. I have this nice Keskuspuisto and Espoo, the Finns know it. Super beautiful loops there. There's also gonna be cross-country ski loops, which of course is a crime to run on. I'm not running on those, but there are still lots of running paths there, so I'm gonna be running there. Pack myself in nicely because after 90 minutes you do cool down actually. So I'm gonna be rather have too many layers and get too hot, which I believe will not happen in -20. But after 90-minute mark you do notice, even if you're running, you do start to cool down a bit. So I'm just gonna put way more layers and then it's gonna be no problem. With the lungs either no problem because it's low intensity. Let's get it! Before I forget, winter tips as well for everybody basically in Central Europe or anywhere where you don't have a lot of sun. The light is something you can buy from Philips or whatever. It's like a bright artificial light. You put that in the morning and no matter where you live, even when I lived in Switzerland for a few months, you don't see the sun. And everybody's lacking vitamin D and no such things. So also with the metrics of vitamin D with supplements, this 20 microgram or whatever thing people talk about, that's actually way too low. Maybe for someone who just goes to the store, supermarket and back, that's enough. But if you're burning through, even with 10-hour sport a week, you're gonna be burning through a lot more. So I actually take 100 micrograms of those. The first winter I do this daily. If you read a little bit into it, the science for athletes and stuff, you will see you need quite a bit because you're burning through so much more supplements and vitamins and all those things because the demand is higher. So I have no fatigue issues anymore. Sometimes before I got sleepy and all those things. Well, I was also overtrained like hell, but this kind of vitamin D fatigue, I don't know if you know it, that I don't have anymore. So that's really awesome. And now we have some sun, but I believe in January sun is anyways in such a height that it doesn't give you the vitamins. So even if you're in Switzerland, already knew that. So get vitamin D and get that lamp because for biorhythm it makes a big difference. I do it every morning with breakfast, 10 minutes, this lamp, and I fall asleep way better. If I don't have it, I kind of get tired at 4 p.m. and then I get really awake at 8 p.m. again because the biorhythm is just messed. Do it!
I started with a long run that was outside, nice and frosty, -20 degrees. That is 4 Fahrenheit, I believe. I think I made a video as well. 24 kilometers was the goal, which then totaled for 92 kilometers of running for the week. And it was 126 average heart rate. Pace was quite slow, actually 600 minute per K average. But I was kind of going through these beautiful forest paths, and it's not about pace this run, it's just about low heart rate, time on your legs, 24 kilometers. Duration. That was the goal for that session, and felt really good. After 1 hour 50, 2 hours, I kind of felt like muscular-wise there was some adaptation happening, just because you're on the leg so long with the combination of everything you did before. But amazing, beautiful run, and I was not cold. I put a lot of layers on, had no issues at all, which was great. That was important, although it was so frosty temperatures.
Super quick check-in from Gandalf to White. I've been babbling too much already, so I'm gonna keep it short. Extremely beautiful, good energy, good legs. Hamstrings are not sore anymore. So just a classic 2-day DOMS from the ME muscular endurance workout. So yeah, all Gucci, very good energy. So loving it, but cold. Have to be quick.
Then the last ride of the week, I had a 2.5 hour ride again, and 242 normalized power, 125 average heart rate.
Alright gang, it's afternoon now. What we're gonna be doing, believe it or not, I'm gonna be riding a bike right here again for 2.5 hours. Cause it's not like we haven't spent like 12 hours already. Right here on this bike, riding, going nowhere. But I'm so messed up in my head that I still enjoy it. So get that down. I'm gonna be having a 2.5 hour bike ride. Bam, right here. Got a little bit of torque in there towards the end. And the legs are nice and glycogen depleted. So 20 minutes of load of big gear work in the end. and then a short turnaround because the gym closes at 8. I'm gonna be pretty much straight into the gym afterwards. Some more for the legs, because why not? And then tomorrow's easy day. Then we have the week banked, but not yet. 90 grams of carbs times 2.5 hours. That helps a lot to feel good during sessions and backup sessions. And yeah, that's it. Let's get it.
I can really see versus like 2-3 weeks ago that my heart rates for those are really dropping. And I did have easy week in between, so I'm not overtraining, and it's just suppressed. But fitness, and I feel better with those watts. I feel good. So the base watts we kind of keep the same for now until we have the bike test again. I think it's in 2-3 weeks time. We make again a lactate profile together. I'll show you how that's looking like then. But here was some big gear work in the end, and although it was the same as last week, although it was a bigger week this week and more quality in, it actually did not hurt that one muscular wise. Last week it did. So yeah, we're gonna be progressing that session as well.
All right, the ride is done. That was it, 2.5 hours. 240 normalized power, and the thing is, it was actually easier than last week. Although last week I trained 24.5 hours, this week the same workout as last week, but last week the legs hurt. This week they did not. Luckily, I have time for redemption because I'm going to the gym and can smash them some more because I have 24 hours. I have to maximize my time. Tomorrow's an easy day. Rush to the gym and get it.
And in the evening I have to be a little bit quick to head to the gym there, do some core and legs, give some revenge for not having fully sore legs before my easy day, which is the Monday again. Boom, that was it. Last week, I loved every minute of it. I felt really great in all the sessions, and sometimes you're tired, but it is the easiest job in the world because it's my passion. I love it. I love challenging myself, and I couldn't wish for anything more. For 32 years of my life, I did all kinds of things. I lived several lives. I was a soldier, I was a student, I was a 9-to-5 employee, I worked in restaurants as a teenager, I worked night shifts, I worked in an Irish pub overnight during my studies from 9 p.m. till 7 a.m. I did all kinds of jobs, and finally then with 32 I had the courage and also instinctual feeling, like a lot of people through COVID learned a lot of things, but it's a combination of things to like, last chance, boy, last chance to go for your dream. There is a clock on this chapter as an athlete, but it's perfect. I love it. I'm exactly where I should be, guided by the universe or God, whatever you want to call it. But there is a driving force. I'm just not making choices based on me and I'm doing this. But you are guided. Everybody's a little bit guided. And if you just listen to those hints that the universe gives you, which they will come, it's an instinctual feeling, it's a gut feeling that just tells you something. And that gut feeling you should always trust. If I learned anything about all situations I was in, trust that gut feeling. So I don't know where that gut feeling is from. It's not from us as humans, it's not fabricated by our own brain, that I'm sure. But it is a real thing and you should always listen to it. So, thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys are having a blast of a week. I see you guys for another week of training and chasing dreams and just sharing my process with the hope that you also get motivated and inspired to go out, chase your own goals and dreams and go out and challenge yourself. Maybe do your first 5K run or 2K run, or maybe in a triathlon, or anything that you feel like interests you and maybe gives you a nice challenge that you're a little bit scared of. Because I'm seeking goals all the time that I'm scared of. The last 3 years it was basically, I knew I wasn't in shape to be physically competitive, to be with veteran professionals who've been doing it for 10-15 years. But I went in there, I went to the biggest races, and I got knocked out clean every single time. But this year I will be a little bit less knocked out, I believe. Maybe I do some knocking out, but it will be fun anyway, so I'm gonna enjoy every minute. Hey, I'll see you guys next week. See ya.
No! God, please, no! No! No!